Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 6:30, which is the bottom of the hour. This is Joseph Crusader from San Francisco, California. I am not on the moderator line, so I don't have the ability to mute all the calls, but I do ask everyone to hit mute or pound 6 to make sure that we get some very clear lines so we can introduce our guest speaker this evening. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker, Ron Paul from Dallas, Texas. Ron is an extremely accomplished professional in the network marketing industry. Previously to his experience in networking, he was the owner of his own advertising agency, an award-winning advertising agency. And a while ago, and Ron will tell his own story, he will share with you how he was first exposed to network marketing. His success in network marketing has been renowned. He was featured in Millionaire magazine, and he is one of the most accomplished trainers in the Zeta business. Him not only as my mentor, but also as a personal friend. And it is with great pleasure to introduce ourselves to Ron Golds, a family man and a wonderful teacher and trainer. Ron, are you there tonight?
Hey, Joe, thank you very much for helping out on this call. We all appreciate you here in the Zeta Nation, helping us in so many ways. You're such a professional. I congratulate you on your business and the growth that you're seeing in your organization. It is exciting to watch, and I too want to welcome everyone to the call tonight, in particular those specially invited guests that are here to hear what all the excitement is about. Why is Zeta International one of, if not the fastest growing company in our industry? Why did we rank number 504 in the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies this year, number 38 in the consumer products and services category? It is truly an exceptional company. We're experiencing phenomenal growth, 904% over the last 3 years. That's remarkable growth in any industry, especially in today's difficult economic times. So tonight we want to talk a little bit about what the excitement is about. Why are we experiencing the growth that we're having worldwide? But before we get started, as Joe had mentioned, I've been in the industry for 20 years and before that owned an advertising agency here in Dallas. Although we were extremely successful, it seemed like the more successful we became, the more time it took, the more liability that I experienced as an owner of that firm. And I was a little bit frustrated. It's exactly what I wanted, but I also wanted time freedom. I wanted time to grow up with my two small children and, not have them learn their lessons on the schoolyard, be a part of their lives, but I just didn't have the time. It was just consuming every hour of the day and even into the evenings. So I took a look at this industry. A friend of mine called me up, much like everyone on the line. I'm sure everybody got a call from a friend, a colleague, a family member, business partner, to see if you were open to learning about a quite remarkable company in this industry of network distribution. So out of respect, I met with a young man that came into Dallas. I remember he was 23 at the time. And when he finished his presentation, he showed me a check for $23,000 for the month of August. And obviously that was impressive, and I congratulated him, and we certainly had, months like that ourselves. But he said, let me ask you this, Ron, if you when you earn that kind of money in a month, how many hours do you work? I said, well, it's probably easier to count the hours I didn't work. He said, you see, that's the difference between you and me. That's the difference between your income and my income. You see, I didn't work 1 hour in the month of August that check represented. I spent it in Chicago with my family as I do every August. And that's when it hit me right between the eyes like a ton of bricks, whatever cliche you want to use. How in the world do you not work for a month and make $23,000? I was so intrigued that I could develop a residual income through the leverage that this industry has to offer and have the time to enjoy my life, my family, those things that were important to us. I know a lot of people with a lot of money, but they have no time. And I'm sure we all know a lot of people with no money, but they seem to have a lot of time. And how do you get the best of both worlds? Well, you have to have leverage, and that's what we're talking about and going to talk about tonight here with Zeta International. Now, Zege International, we just celebrated our 7-year anniversary. We began shipping product in 2006. We're an international company headquartered in the Salt Lake City area in Utah. We are a debt-free company. Last month, we shipped product to over 40 countries around the world. And again, remember, just a 7-year-old company. Our growth has been quite remarkable. We're setting records every day, every week, every month, with enrollments, with volume, with growth. It truly is an exciting, dynamic environment. Now, the owner of our company, his name is Ken Brailsford. We can't make any promises or guarantees. There are none in life, but we certainly can make our best business decisions based on track record, based on history. And when you look at Ken Brailsford as an owner, specifically in this industry for over 45 years. He founded the first network distribution company in all of Utah, reported to have the largest amount of the top largest companies in this industry. He was the first man to encapsulate an herb, starting that industry, both back in 1972 with a company called Nature Sunshine. In 1985, he formed a company called Enrich International, both still in business today, over $1.5 billion in worldwide sales. Ken is 2 for 2, but what's most exciting is Zege International is the fastest growing of any of his companies. So when you have that kind of ownership and the management leadership that we have at Zege International, we know that this is a legacy company. We know that this is generational. As we build our independent businesses and we build that leveraged residual income, we know that it will be around for generations to come. That is very, very exciting. Also, we are a vertically integrated company, one of just a handful in this industry, meaning we have our own farms, our own plantations. We're the largest harvester in the world right now of Moringa oleifera, and we have our own manufacturing facilities, pharmaceutical certified, in the Salt Lake City area. So we have complete control of our raw material supply chain as well as quality control. Now, the company, it's an interesting story how the company began. It was back in about 2005 when Ken Brailsford was given a Discovery Channel documentary about this particular botanical or tree I referenced, Moringa oleifera. That scientific name is very important as there's over 40 different varietals and species grown all over the world, used for thousands of years in folk remedies. But there's only one Moringa oleifera, and we are the only company to harness the power of that specific species. Now, this documentary revolved around third world countries where they couldn't afford Western medicine, and how it had such a positive impact on disease, infant mortality, malnutrition. Ken saw that. He was so amazed, and he wondered, why haven't I heard of this before? Of all the people in the world that you probably would have heard about it, why haven't I heard about it? Why isn't there a commercial application for this particular botanical? So he spent millions of dollars in research, brought in one of the top food formulators in the entire world, and began developing products specifically Moringa oleifera based. Now, if you're into research and you want to get your hands on research, there's thousands of research papers, studies from Johns Hopkins Medical School, from the National Institutes of Health that declared it Botanical of the Year in 2008, and quote, if the pharmaceutical companies could harness the power of Moringa oleifera, it could address over 300 diseases. So we know we have the most powerful botanical ever discovered by science. We have the only commercial applications for this from this particular botanical. And in our company now, we have 3 specific product categories. Now, today, aren't people looking for all natural? Aren't they looking for green? Yes, absolutely. Our foundational product in our liquid nutritional category, Zege Super Mix and Zege Smart Mix, are pure Moringa, delivering over 92 verifiable naturally occurring nutrients, 46 antioxidant families, 36 anti-inflammatories, all 20 amino acids, the omegas 3, 6, 9s, all the vitamins, minerals we need, chlorophyll, and so much more. And the positive impact, the life-changing impact it's having on people across the globe is quite remarkable. This
This is certainly a product that's safe for all ages. Women will use it as a prenatal, and I don't know if you've ever looked at labels, but it's very rare that you'll see any type of nutritional that doesn't state that under 18, pregnant or nursing, consult your doctor. This product's completely safe from the embryo to the very oldest adult. We also have our XM3 liquid. It's an all-natural energy drink, an all-natural alternative to the Red Bulls, the Monsters, the Rockstars that we know are dangerous for us. And in fact, the company even combined the best of both our Zija Smart Mix and the XM3 liquid into a product called XM Plus. So once a day, just like our Super Mix and Smart Mix, it's a powder you mix with 15 to 20 ounces of water. Drink that and get all of the nutrition that we need for on a daily basis. We also have a category called our Gen M Skincare or Personal Care line, which has 7 products addressing not only the anti-aging market, what everyone's concerned about, but also dealing with all of those things we encounter every day, from environmental pollutants and abrasions and everything that we would encounter. It's a pharmaceutical, again, all natural, no artificial colors or fragrances, and it's hypoallergenic, pharmaceutical grade, just truly a remarkable product line. But what really lifted this company into the stratosphere a few years ago is when we introduced one specific product. Now, let me ask you, who on the line knows somebody that would perhaps want to lose a little bit of weight, or maybe quite a bit of weight? Our weight management system, our XM weight management system, is second to none. They say if there was a diet that worked, there'd be only one. And I truly believe it's our XM weight management system. In fact, it's not even a diet. It doesn't require a lifestyle change. You simply have our Zija Super Mix or Smart Mix first thing in the morning, giving our body the nutrition that it needs. Many times we think we're hungry, our body's screaming for food, for volume. It's not. It wants the proper nutrition. When it gets the proper nutrition, as in all of our products, the concept is simple. Keep our bodies in balance. And when we give our bodies the proper nutrition, it's able to take care of itself like our Creator intended. Now, second, mid-morning, take a single capsule, and this is the product that completely turned the company into the stratosphere. Doubled in 90 days. Our XM Burn. It works in 2 ways. It's thermogenic in that it's burning fat, it's burning calories, but it also addresses the psychological side. Why do we eat when we're not hungry? Why do we overeat? What would it be like to be able to lose weight, reduce our intake of calories, but not even think about food? I ask people all the time, what's the worst part about a diet? Well, it's always thinking about not eating, right? Preoccupied. It's 2 o'clock. I can have an apple. I can't wait till 4 o'clock. I get a banana or, broccoli or whatever. I mean, it's very hard to change a lifestyle and keep that particular lifestyle. So with this system, we're getting the proper nutrition, we're burning calories, we're burning fat, and we're reducing our calories effortlessly. Then the third step is our premium tea, which is a detoxification tea. It's a tea bag you steep in hot water every other night, drink it an hour or so before bed, and it will detoxify our body. Many people don't realize the reason they can't lose weight or they'll plateau is toxins are stored in our fat. Body is smart enough to know if I burn fat too quickly, then I'm releasing dangerous levels of toxins into our system, into the liver. It's not going to do that. So together, we have people losing 20, 25, 30 pounds in 30 days. Myself, 33 pounds down to goal weight in less than 60 days. We have a 4-day sampler marketing strategy. Somebody wants to try the product, we sell them a 4-day sampler. They can lose a pound, 2, 3, 4, even more in 4 days. They know it works, and now they want to purchase or continue on with a a month supply or longer. We now have people over 300 pounds. It is truly, truly remarkable. In fact, I'd like to bring a couple of people on the line to talk a little bit about our products and what it can mean to us. First, as I was discussing weight loss,
I want to bring on Joyce Albini. She's out of Northern California. Joyce, I know you've had tremendous success, both you and your husband, on the XM weight management system. Maybe you could fill us in a little bit about what happened.
Hi, Marty. This is Joyce Albini. How are you today?
I am great, and we thank you for being on the line.
Okay, well, I'm Joyce Albini, and I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. So right now, we're having some terrible weather. It's 21 degrees in California. Unheard of. But anyway, my story is I started using the Zija products as a result of my husband David being introduced to them. And I have to say I've been absolutely over the top with the Zija Moringa product line. The whole line has been great. To date, I've lost over 130 pounds. I've not dieted. I've been able to just lose the weight easily and just having a great time doing it. And not only that, I've been able to also introduce Zija business to my family with my son and my husband, and we are in a position to design our life the way we like to have it and to just create the kind of world we want to live in and live life unlimited. And I'm just so happy to be a part of the Moringa business and Zija International, and I tell everybody I know and get in contact with, and it's just been a great experience.
Oh, Joyce, thank you very much. And, just think about it. When someone's losing weight like that, aren't people asking us what we're doing? And, what an amazing time of the year as we come to the end of 2013. What happens to all of those, to just virtually everyone, right? The New Year's resolutions. I want to, better my career. I want to get healthy. I want to lose weight. And so this is just a really amazing time of year for us. And we're all just living testimonials. And we'll talk a little bit about what we do and how we do it. But, when you have the kind of successes that we're having with our products, it's just so easy, so simple, so natural to talk to other people. But before we get into that, I want to introduce the next gentleman on the line. He is an attorney from out of Southern California, a man that I've got to know and have a super amount of respect for. I know Richard Becerra. Richard, you had really life-changing results, and that's what we're talking about here, the ability to impact so many people directly and indirectly with these products. So if you wouldn't mind, maybe you could tell us a little bit of how the products have impacted your life.
Ron, and good evening to Ron and also to the entire Zija work. I joined Zija May 6th of 2011, and due to the continuing not-so-gentle nudging of my good friend and sponsor, Joe Gershanik, who my wife today calls my life savior, I did, like many who joined a program, I used the product infrequently and gave it a lot of it away because I was just too busy in my law practice. But then, June 2012, I was diagnosed with cancer, multiple myeloma, and incurable blood cancer. My blood tests were 100 points above normal and climbing, and my oncologist said that if it gets worse, then we have to start treatment. Every 3 months, I had another blood. My cancer continued to get worse, and finally it was at 138. My oncologist says, okay, we have to start treatment this coming year. Then we remembered reading about our product and Moringa Oleifera and how it reduces and fights off major diseases like cancer. On December 20th, 2012, almost a year ago, I started taking the XM Plus and Supermix daily and religiously. 3 months after I started that, I took my next blood test, and my blood test, my numbers came down from 138 to 125. And after every blood test, every 3 months, my blood numbers is low and continuing low and haven't even changed, thanks to the Supermix and the XM Plus that I was taking. As my wife calls it, it is saving my life. Since then, I have felt that God has given me this product to tell others who are suffering major illnesses themselves. And because of this experience, I not only have helped many others with their medical and nutritional issues, but have built a great business as well. I could go on, but I was told that I had limited time. So for all of you who are listening, please, it's worth your time to join us and make a difference in your life and the life of
Oh, Richard, thank you very much. And, that is amazing. And, we don't don't treat, diagnose, or cure, but there's really no magic to what we do. As I said before, when we get the proper nutrition and our bodies are able to take care of themselves like our Creator intended, it's just remarkable how many issues we can support, we can address, health issues. It is just that important. We have life-changing stories like that all across the globe. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. Well, let's talk a little bit now and turn our attention over to the business side of what we do. Many people don't really understand what this industry of network distribution is all about. It's simply referral-based marketing. In its purest form, to understand, we are simply a distribution channel. You know, people ask, why can't I find these products in stores? Well, that's a distribution channel, the retail channel. But if you think about what it takes to build a brand, and we know Zeech is the next billion-dollar brand, and we're going to do it so much faster than we could possibly do it taking it through retail channels. What happens in a retail channel? You advertise, you market, you're on TV, magazines, radio, newspaper, educating the public why they should go to the store to buy that product. It is extremely expensive and time-consuming. You start local, then you spread out regional, then you go national, then finally, if you're able, international, and you have to recreate that same system to build that brand in every international market, in every country. Well, with relationship marketing or network distribution, the company, we are the marketing arm. Every single person that is an independent business owner representing Zeech International, we are the marketing arm. We are spreading the word, and the company they take all the money they would have spent in the media, which would be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to build a brand, and they take that and they put it back in the form of compensation for us, the marketing arm of the company. And I'm grateful for that. When you become an independent business owner or an independent distributor with Zeech International, you immediately have international marketing rights for this product. You have a website, a back office to track your business, your commissions, your volume, your team, everything you need. A Fortune 100 envy. The technology is there. You don't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to create websites. It's already there, ready for you. So we are the marketing arm. Just like someone recommends a good movie, a book, I'm sure all of us have recommended a movie, a book, or something to a friend. And I don't know about you, but I've never gotten a check from a movie theater or an author because I recommended something. Well, we do the same thing here, except because, actually we're an e-commerce business, and the only way someone can purchase product is through an independent distributor or business owner with Zeech International. So when that product is purchased, it's all tracked through you, tracked through your team. The company knows without you that transaction would have never happened, and they will pay us a commission, a small commission. And the business model that we have is so strong. I mean, this industry is only 55, 60 years old. It's now in over 170 countries. 300,000 people join this industry every month worldwide. It is the next revolution in distribution. There's no doubt. It's taught in business schools around the world. Pick up books by Robert Kiyosaki. There's a book Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump wrote called Why We Want You to Be Rich. They devoted a whole chapter to this industry because it is, without question, the most efficient way to get a product from the manufacturer to the end-line consumer. We're an e-commerce business. It's not like we're buying product, putting in our trunk, schlepping around the neighborhood as in the old days. The internet has brought the world much, much closer. It's a much smaller world. So as we introduce this to people, whether they're consumers, whether they want to build their own independent businesses, they're all connected to us through our Zeech ID number. And somebody knows somebody who knows somebody all over the world. I knew very few people internationally, but we're in most countries, our organization's in most countries that we're open in. And how did that happen? Well, somebody knew somebody who knew somebody in each of these individual countries. And it's called leverage. And we have time zone leverage. We're going to sleep tonight here in North America. They're waking up in Asia. They're going to work building their businesses. And we're earning income while we sleep. It's a 24/7 income machine. machine, if you want to call it that. It's not that complicated. If you look at the business model itself, it's very, very simple. And once you become an independent distributor, all the company asks you to do is purchase some product so that you can begin using it, maybe a small amount so that you can use that as marketing, to market your business, to market these products. We have 3 different packages. A couple of those packages also include increased commissions for 3 and 6 months. And the person that invited you on the line, not only can they get you all the research if that's what you are interested in Marengo La Fera, but also what these particular packages are that includes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of free product. But once you're in the system, then as you begin introducing this to other people, they can order through you. But what we do is we let everyone with their preferred customer, they can get a free website, they can order it wholesale, pay the same exact amount as we pay for it. They can become independent business owners to start building their own teams, and everybody's building 2 teams of people. Kind of think about it like a left team off your left arm and a right team off your right arm. Our first goal is to help you enroll your first 2 people so you're eligible now to build businesses and earn commission. And then we're going to do what? We're going to help each of those 2 individuals start their 2 teams. And if you use the simple mathematical model, just take a calculator, it's just 2 times 2, and then times 2, times 2, times 2, and you'll see 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Before you know it, that's how people are developing hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people in their organization, on their teams across the globe. And the income can be whatever one wants it to be. Many people just are looking for a small part-time income, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. We have tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of people doing that right now. What would an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month do for an individual, for you? Would it help with a car payment, a mortgage payment, help with a child through college, help aid in retirement? It will change lives. That small amount of money, I know, changes lives. We have other people that are looking for careers. They're looking for 6-figure incomes. They feel they're not getting paid what they're worth. There's a ceiling in what they do. If they do reach a 6-figure income, it will be quite some time. They don't want to wait. They want to create a lifestyle for the family. They want to take control of their own lives. They want to build their dreams, not somebody else's dreams. We have people that have transitioned from that part-time income to 6-figure full-time incomes. We also have people that are looking for true wealth, and that's financial independence, the 7-figure incomes. We have people already eclipsing not the 6-figure annual, but the 6-figure monthly incomes. So it can be whatever you want it to be. And I think that's what I love most about our industry. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, small town, big city. It doesn't matter your age, race, religion, color, sex. It doesn't matter if you've had experience in marketing, sales, business. You don't have to know anything about the nutritional industry or nutritional products. We have a lockdown system, like a franchise. All that's required is the desire to improve your life, your lifestyle for you, your family. We will show you exactly what to do. Day 1, day 2, the first week, the first month. It's a don't think, just do. Paint by numbers business. Follow the system, and you will replicate the success that all of us here that are experiencing with CJ International. Truck drivers, teachers, coaches, as well as entrepreneurs and business professionals that have eclipsed those 6-figure annual and monthly incomes. Everybody has an equal opportunity for that success. All it takes is a work. It's not easy. Very simple, not easy. We do have to find the time to do it. We have to be coachable and teachable to follow this franchise-like system. But when we do, success is virtually inevitable. Now, when you look at the resources that you will have, and I mentioned like a franchise-like company, we have trainings, calls like this, 7 days a week. We have local, regional, national trainings. We have 24/7 video training on our with ZG University that you get with your website. Everything is here for you to be successful. Now, a big part of success and looking at, what do we want to attach ourselves to, whether buying a stock, whether we're getting involved to work with a company. Isn't everyone looking for it? Doesn't everybody realize we're looking for something that's small that we know in advance is going to be very, very large. And when you look at the growth of ZJ International, in 2010 our sales were 50 million, in 2011 100 million, last year 140 million. We'll annualize at close to 200 million this year. Our target's 300 million next year. It's remarkable, and that's the kind of environment, the high growth, that money is made, that success is determined. There is no question. That's what it's all about. And when you combine that, as I had mentioned, with the long-term prospects of our product, we haven't even scratched the scratch of the products that we're going to be able to bring out in the next 10, 20 years with Moringa oleifera. When you look at the successes people are having, it's all about having fun, too. If you can't have fun, why do it? We've got all kinds of programs. We can show people through our sampler program and our Now Money, which is in commissions we earn off of the first orders people place, which are usually the largest, those team commissions. People are earning, they're getting their income back literally in the first few days, the first week, certainly by the time their credit card comes due. Can you imagine starting a multi-million-dollar potential business, international, on the strength of a credit card? I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. That's why the industry is so popular. Now, we also have programs that are revolutionary, such as our Team 250. Every month we're going to use product, right? We're going to want to be involved with the product. We order, everything comes in a month's supply. We're going to want to have product for ourselves, our family, to build our business, and we can show you how to get it for free, literally for free, with our Team 250. We have a Mercedes-Benz luxury car program. How would you like to drive a Mercedes-Benz and have the company, ZJ International, pay for it? We have that with our Team Benz program. Phones are ringing off the hook. You have to excuse me. We also have for the high achievers a check match program. How would you like to? The more successful you can help people become, how would you like to match their check when they get paid every week? Because we are paid weekly. How would you like to get a match of their check? Or in the higher production pools that we have, splitting percentages of worldwide company profit. It's truly, truly remarkable. There is no limits to what can be accomplished here with ZJ International. All we have to do is make a decision that we want to change our lives. We want to change the lives of our family. We want to impact people, not only the people that we're close to, but indirectly hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands of people. It's the most correct way to do business I have ever experienced in my entire career, anything that I've ever seen. Because you see, it truly is people helping people. If we don't help other people, if we're not helping people create their businesses, having life-changing experiences with our products, by definition, we cannot earn anything. The more people we impact, the more people we help, then the more we will be rewarded. And that's really what it's all about. So what I would suggest is get with the person that invited you on the line here tonight. Get your questions answered. And really, there's only three possible outcomes. I encourage you to let them know where you fit in, where you see yourself. Number one is thanks but no thanks. We recognize that this business is not for everyone, and we totally understand that. We have so many people to work with that want what we have. Don't worry. Just let them know it's not of interest to you. The second outcome is, I'm not sure about the business, but I definitely want to begin using the product. We can help you become a preferred customer, as I've mentioned before. To get the product, to purchase the product from the company at wholesale, you'll pay exactly what I pay, what everybody on the line that's business partners with us, what they pay. We want everyone to get the best value. Now, the third, and what we certainly would hope, is that not only do you want to begin consuming and using our products, but you also want to become one of our business partners. We'll show you how to get started. Now, here's what's very, very important. There's a couple of things at this particular moment. As we experience this incredible growth, we have a record number of people joining our teams every single day, every single week, every single month. Remember, we're building two teams of people. Now, what happens when we enroll a third person? Well, or a fourth, or a fifth? Well, they have to go below the people that are already on our team. I know there'll be people tonight that'll get involved in the business. They'll wake up tomorrow. They'll already have people on their team, people that they have the possibility to begin earning commissions and residual incomes from. So it is dynamic. That is very important. Also, we're coming to the end of 2013. When you start with Zege International, everything that you would, a cost that you would have to get started with your product is a tax deduction for 2013, as well as many other things that we can show you if you don't have your own or home-based or small business. It is the single great tax-saving strategy in America right now, and we can show you how you could save more in taxes than it will cost you to get in our business if we get that taken care of by the end of the year. Why not? Virtually will cost zip. So get with that person, get your questions answered, you decide to get started. I look forward to getting a chance to meet you as we travel the country, as we travel the world, helping people start businesses, helping people with prosperity, helping people with their health. I can't think of a better combination than that. How about you? We're having a lot of fun, making a ton of money, but best of all, we're only being able to do that through helping other people. So with that, I want to thank everyone for their time, their attention tonight. Good night. God bless. Get back with the person that invited you on the line. Thank you.
Thank you.